time about how I caught my girlfriend cheating on me. I want to clarify a few things from part one again because things are getting a little weird now. This video is not to bash anyone. Like, it's seeming like this is a competition to make who look who worse at this point, and that's not what it was at all. And I do tell this story a lot because this is something that I feel like was significant in my life. And I feel like I should tell this story 1,000 times over to help myself or to help anyone else in the future that might want to feel like they're not alone, because when I went through this, I felt alone. I have been threatened with a cease and desist by the recipient's mom, which I will be putting here in the screenshot, and a defamation of character lawsuit. But everything that I'm saying is the truth. I have receipts, and I don't know. But like I said, I'm telling this story straight out of experience. I have spoke upon this story before. Like, if you search it up, you might find a lie from here and there. But I've never told the story in full detail. I've never explained what happened with receipts and proof because I've always been portrayed to be a liar or delusional. So I have never linked with Laura and Riley ever in my life. If anybody can find a clip, video, proof, or anything like that showing me that I have linked up with them in person, that is not true. I did a live with them for 5 minutes one time. I have never linked up with them ever in my life. I don't know where that came from. I also do not do voodoo. I do manifest things and write them down because I feel like that is how you make things come to fruition. But I do not do voodoo. And as far as friends, I'm only not friends with one person in this story time, which was my best friend at the time, and I'm only not in a relationship with that person anymore. Besides that, I'm still friends with all my friends that I've been friends with for years, and that's literally fine. If I lose friends and I gain more friends, that's fine. This is not a who looks worse competition. Like, I was trying to stress that in the first part. I even prayed when I posted that first part, like, this is not a who looks better. That's never what it was at all. Also, lying about my age. I did lie about my age. I take full responsibility. I lied about my age, and if that was such a big factor, why did you date me? Because you found out about my age before we got in a relationship, and you continued to date me, and you continued to be with me for months after, and you continued to make me drink while I was 19 the whole relationship. So, continuing with the story. I go outside, and I get on the phone with Kay, and Kay's like, this is what happened. D went to L's job, and they basically chopped it up. They had a conversation, and they basically said that they feel like they're still soulmates. They feel like they still want to be together, or they feel like they were soulmates that met at the wrong time. Something about soulmates. Basically trying to clear up what happened to their relationship, apologizing to each other, just talking about the relationship. This whole phone call is recorded, which I can include, but I respect Kay, so I wasn't going to post this video because I have her face in it. But I was like, okay, like, can you show me proof? And these are the screenshots that she sent me, which was like kind of the conversation her and Elle had. And I'm like, okay, I appreciate you for telling me. We both kind of looking at each other like a little bit sad and hurt because the shit is embarrassing. But the difference between my girlfriend and Elle at the time, Elle told Kay. Elle told her they had a conversation. She told her the soulmate shit and all that. Even if that shit was hurtful, she was honest with her, bro. And that's what I wanted, honesty. I don't feel like anything justifies you being a liar and not telling me the truth. That's not cool. You don't do that. It don't matter what happened throughout the relationship. It doesn't matter. Why are you lying? And if you wanted to be with somebody else, or if you didn't, the least you could have did was tell me y'all had a conversation. Y'all might feel this way and this way about each other, but you still with me. My parts are not posting, you guys. I don't know why. I'm silenced because my page has been getting reported and etc. But I'm going to say a few things. I don't know when this video is going to post. Probably in the morning. But I'm going to say a few things and continue with the story. I feel like it's a little bit sad because in my part one of my story time, I said I forgive this person. I'm not bashing this person. I'm not saying anything negative about this person. We had our ups and downs in our relationship, etc. I never said this person is a bad person. This person lost all their friends. Nobody fucks with them. This person is a thief. This person does voodoo. I never said anything about your character at all. I never said anything about this person's character at all. Still, in the story, show me right now where I said this person is a bad person. I never said that, ever. People make mistakes, and that's okay. But for you to start part one of your story with, I do voodoo, and I'm a thief, and nobody fucks with me, and all this stuff. If nobody fucks with me, then I feel the same way. Because people that you were friends with, I'm still friends with. And the people that I were friends with, you're still friends with. Okay? People change friends. That's fine. I've never linked with Lauren O'Reilly ever. I don't know where that came from. Like, huh? And that's crazy because none of those things have anything to do with the cheating story at all. They have nothing to do with that. Like I said, I never portrayed this person's character to be a bad person. And if I want to tell this story 1,000 times over, like I said, to help anyone that has gone through domestic violence or mental and physical abuse, then I will. I will. Still, if you go watch her parts, it's just pointing fingers, blaming me. It's my fault. I'm the one with the negative energy. I'm the one that did this, that, and the third. It was me. The whole series is saying how I was the bad person. And that's why I said it's sad that this has now became a competition to see who's the worst person. That was never my intentions. And that's sad, bro. To say that I was such a negative person, I had such negative energy, and when your friend passed away, I made it all about me, and I made everything about me, but you told me you would take my life the same way that your friend passed away. It's crazy. Not did I record these videos spitefully. I recorded these videos out of fear for my life. So yeah, I wasn't going to post no voice memos or nothing that had to do with outside of the situation, but now, like, to say that I'm so evil and you told me you would take my life, my mother's life. And the thing is, if all these things that she said were true, if nobody fucks with me, I did voodoo, I'm evil, I'm negative, I'm all these things, I'm crazy, I'm delusional. None of these things justify abuse. None of these things justify cheating. None of these things justify threatening to take my life and my mother's life. None of those things are justified. And like I said, I wasn't even going to go there. That had nothing to do with the story. Those things were never going to come up at all until now. I feel like my character is being played with. Like, wow. And she right. She made her video when it happened that year. I did it. I didn't get to say anything. I didn't say anything. I was dealing with the shit. And it was painful. And now I'm able to tell this story without crying, without getting emotional, because I know that I'm not in fear of my safety in my life anymore. And no, it's not a joke. It's not funny. I am laughing and giggling, which is my way of coping. It's not a joke, but I'm going to tell my story how I want to tell it. Nobody has to sit and watch me. If you feel like I'm irrelevant, stop coming to my page. Stop watching it. If y'all feel like I'm low on rent, TikTok pays pennies, y'all. Join the TikTok creator program. I'm going to get about $2 for the day. Probably $10 at the end of the week. I'm not making no money. My views, okay, I'm going to tell this story. Y'all nosy right now. My views going to go back regular. Like, as I want them to be. I want them to be regular. I want to be and deal with the supporters that support me every day, not the ones that are here for the drama. Continuing on with the story. So, I pull up to the apartment complex and I see her car. And I'm like, ain't no way. Like, this cannot be her car. Like, this cannot be my girlfriend's car at her ex-girlfriend's house. I wasn't even too sure if that was even the ex-girlfriend's house yet, because I was like, I don't want to assume. Like, what if she here at these apartments and maybe it is her ex-girlfriend's apartments, but she not even in there. She in a whole nother apartment. So I didn't want to assume and say the wrong thing. So me and my friend decided we're going to sit there for a little bit of time. And we sit there for like 3 hours, kind of just contemplating like what's going on. I'm in shock. I'm sad, but I don't want to cry. I'm trying to laugh at the situation, but I'm like, damn. Once again, like, damn. So I call her. She doesn't answer. My best friend calls her. She doesn't answer. And I'm like, dang, I'm going to try to wait a little bit to see if she come outside. But if she don't come outside, I don't know what I'm going to do, because, like, I'm going to catch her. If that makes sense. I need to catch her red-handed. So I'm just sitting there, and I see a pizza truck come. It's Marco's Pizza. And I see Elle walks out of her complex, and she gets pizza, Marco's. And I'm like, damn, should I say something? Is this my chance? I'm like, I can't. No, I can't do that. No, I don't even know if I'm right. I might be completely wrong and horrible. So finally, 5 minutes later, D calls me back, and she's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Where are you? Like, you didn't check on me?" Like, she's like, "I did check on you. I texted you, and I didn't know where you was, and I was trying to figure out where you was, and etc." And I'm like, "Well, where are you?" And she's like, "I'm at the person's house, the same friend that she said from before." And I'm like, "Okay, can you give me the key for the apartment? Like, I want to go to my apartment, like, you know?" And she's like, "I'm gonna come like in a few hours." And I'm like, "Well, can you come now? Like, I haven't been able to get in my apartment for however long, and I would like to." And she's like, "I'm gonna tell you when I'm coming. It's gonna be like a few hours." So I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, what have you been doing? Like, did you eat? Like, what's going on?" She's like, "Yeah, I actually just got pizza right now from Marco's." I said, "Wow, that's weird because your ex-girlfriend just came outside her apartment to get Marco's pizza, and I need you to come outside." I just told her, I'm like, "I need you to come outside. I'm here. Like, you don't gotta lie. Just come outside by yourself. Like, you don't even have to tell the other girl to come outside. Just come outside and tell me that you wasn't in her apartment. Tell me. Look me in the eye and tell me I'm tripping, bro." She hangs up in my face and she stops answering the phone. And my best friend is like, "You should leave. Like, this is enough. This is enough for you. Like, what else do you need to see? What else do you want?" And I'm like, "Bruh, I don't know. Like, I want her to come outside." So she doesn't end up coming outside. Kay ended up pulling up, and we go to the door. They don't open the door, and they don't say anything, like, at all. I finally decide to leave, and I'm like, wow. I go home, and I let her know, like, kind of through text, like, I will be getting all my stuff out of the apartment, and I will be moving out. And wow, like, I am beyond shocked. I also text her mom, and I say I am moving out of the apartment, and she cheated on me. And this is the receipts here. She finally comes to the apartment after I'm getting my stuff out, and it's like, "Let's talk. Like, come on, like, come outside, come downstairs, like, let's talk." So I come downstairs, and I'm like, "What's up?" You know, at this point, I'm just blank face. I'm numb at this point. And she finally admits everything, and she still is trying to lie, like, saying that she was only over there for like 5 or 10 minutes, not knowing that I had sat outside for 3 hours previous. But she said that she had just went 10 minutes before I got there, like, trying to say she was only there for a short time.
I don't know. I don't care. But one thing I can say though, my name been in key months, bro. And I don't need to hear. I don't need to hear nothing. Whatever. I don't need to hear shit. I seen everything with my own motherfucking eyes, bro.
That's between y'all. Like, I don't believe Maya. I don't believe Kia. I ain't believing nobody. Like, there's some weird shit going on. I just would rather not be involved. Like, I'd rather just, like, you know, that's between y'all. Whatever you want to, like.
So what do you want to do?
We done. We breaking up. I'm getting my stuff. I'm gonna stay here for the night. I don't know if you want to stay somewhere else. I don't mind. Like, I have to stay here. I'm like, you know, I don't got no car. I'm still trying to figure shit out. So I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna get my stuff like over the next couple of days, I guess, because I did just pay the rent, and I'm gonna yeah. And then I'm gonna take Benji. You can keep the bit, like, you keep everything. Like, I honestly bought some stuff for the house. You can actually keep it. Like, it's nowhere to put it on my house. So. There's nothing to say. So are you about to come in the house now, or like what's next?
I just come and just chill for a second. I'm still drained. I got a lot on my mind.
Like I said, I told her mom I'm moving out. I tell her I'm moving out, and at this point, it's please don't move out. Like, please don't move out. Please, I want to fix this. And This is where if I'm so crazy and all these things come in, then why didn't you just let it go? So I eventually forgive her, and we do get back together. I'm kind of in and out of the apartment for the whole month because I had moved my stuff out, majority of my stuff. Then I moved it back in. I'm not sleeping there most of the nights because we're still getting into it. We kind of having trust issues, and I didn't want to pay the rent because how you kicked me out and took the key from me, I don't feel like this is my apartment anymore. I feel like it's your apartment, which it technically was because my name was not on the lease, but young, immature, I was thinking nobody would ever do that to me. But I didn't want to pay the rent because, no. Do I feel like that was right? No. I don't feel like that was right at all. I was still in and out of the apartment. That was still my partner. So I eventually did pay the rent. I paid it late. I will be inserting the screenshots where I told her, I have the rent. I'm trying to give it to you in your hand. And I paid it. So the irresponsible or laziness or when things like that come in, I gave it to you. I did. And the month previous, I did as well, on time. So, with me, you could have just said anything, bro. It didn't even have to be this. So I go back in the club, and before I walked out to go get on the phone with Kay, I had told my best friend, we're not going to say nothing to my girlfriend yet because she's going to try to stall and make an excuse. I'm going to go outside, have the conversation, record the conversation, come back in, show her the original text, and act like I'm, like, kind of still clueless, just to see what she says first, because I don't want to confirm or deny anything. I want to see if she's just going to openly admit it to me or if she's not going to say anything at all. So I show her the original DM where Kay DMs me and was like, hey, shorty, we need to talk. And she instantly gets up and says, I'm finna go outside. I have to go outside. And I'm kind of like, I need an explanation. I need you to say something like, hello? And she's like, I'm about to go outside. So she goes outside and she kind of tells me and my best friend, like, we need to stay inside. Like, she doesn't want me to come outside. And I don't know what she did outside. I don't know if she called, like, to see what I know. I don't know what happened outside, but I end up coming outside and I end up kind of saying, you know what, I'm just going to go back to my mama's house once again because this is some bullshit, bro. And you still not explaining that you have nothing to say. So she's like, okay, fine. We could talk. Let's talk in the car because we are in front of a club. So I'm like, okay, I agree to talk to you in the car, but I do want to Uber myself, like home. I want to go to my mama's house. As soon as we get in the car, she swerves off and she's not letting me get out the car. Like, she kind of kidnapped me and was like, no, we're going home. Like, you're not going to your mama's house. We're arguing the whole car ride home. And she's kind of starting to tell me little bits and pieces. Like I said, she doesn't know that I got on the phone with Kay at this point, but she's low-key telling me a little bit, but she's still not really giving me an explanation. She doesn't want to rat herself out, if that makes sense. But I knew she was trying to say a few things, so I don't just go and call Elle myself. We pull up at the house, and I'm like, call Elle. I want to know what she got to say. Call Elle. So I take her phone and I call Elle. And when I call Elle, she yells to Elle over the phone and says, hang up the phone. Hang up. Did you just tell your ex-girlfriend to hang up on me? And honestly, I'm in shock. I'm like, wow, this is what I'm going through. Like, this is crazy. So we go upstairs to our apartment. We get on the floor and she hits me and we start fighting. And she's probably going to say I hear it first. She's probably going to say multiple things, which I didn't hit her first. I don't put my hands on people. But she hit me first, and we started fighting, and it got to a point where I'm pinned down on the ground, and she's choking me out like this. And the last thing I remember is passing out. Pause. I want to mention this really fast. When we moved into her apartment and we upgraded because we already was in that complex, I never put my name on the lease. And she can attest to that in her video from a while ago. I never put my name on the lease ever because I just never got to it. It had been a month or 2 months. Somebody said that's irresponsible. I feel like it's dumb as hell. I should have did it. But because of that, we only had one house key. So as I'm coming to and I'm getting up and I'm realizing that she's running down the hallway and she took the house key from me. I don't have a car at this time. My phone's on 1%. And she left me for dead once again. Luckily, I was able to use my last percentage to call my best friend, and she came and got me. And like I said, I was left for dead. I fainted, and I literally had to go to my best friend's house that night, and she did not check up on me. She did not call me. She didn't even know where I was. My best friend and me kind of knew where I was, and we weren't going to tell her because we was trying to see, was she actually even going to be concerned and pull back up to the apartments and even see, like, am I still outside of our house? But no, she never came back, and she left me. I stayed the night at my best friend's house. I am crying. I am going through it. I'm having a hard time. And she tells my best friend that she once again is going to go stay at the friend's house that she was at the night before when she got really drunk and she was not able to drive. That's where she said she's just going to sleep. Mind you, you took the house key from me. So you're going to not let anybody sleep at our apartment? You're going to leave and then I can't get in. So now we're just both not at home? I don't know. I go to sleep at my best friend's house, and I think something's off. I'm getting an itch in my skin. Something is off. I don't know what it is. Once again, I'm like, dang, maybe I'm just feeling antsy because, like, what I just found out. But I knew that something was wrong. I remember that when we were finna move into our apartment, she told me her ex-girlfriend, Elle, lived in the same brand apartment complex that we lived in. I was like, this might seem very far-fetched, but I'm about to go on Elle's Instagram. I'm about to try to guess from the background of her pictures where she lives. This might be some really stalker shit. I'm so sorry. And I found it on Google, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna pull up to the apartment just to see if she's there. I don't know what itch. I don't know if God told me this. I don't know what the heck. But I pulled up, and guess what? Guess fucking what?